goes. Even if walking along the road, where's he gonna go and no one knows? What's gonna get there on his toes? He's running.
No one knows, communicating through a code, filling my tank up, knowing that I'm about to hit the road. She's singing my songs, you playing it down as if I am unknown, telling you sisters that this nigga isn't the clothes. Got you feeling the wave, feeding your state of mind, choosing to lose your pride. I know you're hypnotized by the sound you like, but still, no one knows. No one knows. You are the one. But no one knows. You are the one. Yeah. You are the one. You are the one. Yeah.
No gospel about review, but it's like, yo, I'm like, I'm trembling like, I'm on that shit. That's what I'm saying, bro. The very sweetness of the wasn't it? Very sweetness, bro. Yeah, it's hard, bro. You ever hear me about my girl?
Tell me that you want me, you don't want me, girl, I know that you like it. Scheming on my love, scheming on my love, scheming on my love. Tell me that you want me, you don't want me, girl, I know that you like it. Scheming on my love, scheming on my love, scheming on my love. I can't take it, I must be mistaken. Don't make me say it, I just can't explain it. And you play good, I heard that I couldn't. If I get you looking, ooh, get you looking. Then you walked out without it. Then you walked out without it. I don't need you around me. Try to come back, but now I'm gone. Then you walked out without it. Then you walk out without my love. I don't let you around me. Try to come back, but now I'm gone. Tell me that you want me, you don't want me, girl. I know that you like it. Scheming on my love, scheming on my love, scheming on my love. Tell me that you want me, you don't want me, girl. I know that you like it. Scheming on my love, scheming on my love, scheming on my love. Faceless conversations, too much complication.
This sign-up sheet is looking cute, looking full. We seeing folks line up, Dragonfly Cafe. Get some goodies. We're going to get started shortly. Please grab a comfy seat in the. We got a show for y'all.
Faceless conversations with too much complication. And I'm anticipating. Bring me the frustration. Push my hesitation. This situation can't make my vibration. And I can barely take it. Tell me that you want me, you don't want me, girl. I know that you like it. Scheming on my love, scheming on my love, scheming on my love. Tell me that you want me, you don't want me, girl. I know that you like it. Scheming on my love, scheming on my love, scheming on my love. Scheming on my love, scheming on my love. Scheming on my love, scheming on my love.
was so expecting the whole like the power of the Mercedes show. Start with shit like that. You are, I the fucking merch they did, and I don't know how long they did it because they never actually took this out. They have the hockey jerseys, the hockey jerseys. That's sick, though. Like, it's such a massive expense. Wow. You just want to hold my hand, I know.
This is your official 30-second poetry time. Heads up before we're going to get started, y'all.
の世界私はさよならする
Make some noise at the Untitled Open Mic here at Dragonfly Cafe! Wow. My name is Ricky, he, him. I'm one of your hosts for the evening.
My name is Nikolai, they, them. I am one of your other hosts for the evening.
Amazing, y'all. Y'all can be anywhere on a Wednesday night, but you are in the cutest venue in all of this side, the latitude and longitude, y'all. So give it up for yourselves. Please clap it up for yourselves. Amazing.
We love map terminology.
That's a theme. If you can follow it along, it would be... Okay, I lost it. Make some noise if this happened to be... Don't be shy. I mean, you could be shy. Is this your first time at our open mic? You can do a little baby clap.
That's enough baby claps. Let's get more everyone.
I see a lot of toddler hands going on here. Thank you.
Baby seals.
Thank y'all for being here. First time is always, could be fun. I thank y'all for experiencing it. But I want to talk to the homies. If you've been rocking with us since day one, or even if it's your second day, make some noise if you've been to the Untitled Open Mic before. Nikolai, how long have we been running this open mic for?
I think it's like something similar, adjacent to 18 years.
18 years. Wow. 1-8. 1-8. That's a wild. But thank y'all for being part of this ever-growing, ever-changing series. We do this twice a month, every first and third Wednesday of the month. This being the...
It's the third because on the first Wednesday we had a bit of a scare.
That's right.
For those unaware, there was a an armed gunman on the UML campus, and basically like every organized group of like FBI and all was doing all. It turned out to be like a 12-year-old with an airsoft. But yeah, for everyone's safety, because we didn't know what was going on, we were like, hey, don't come here where it's like 10, 15 minutes away from where all that's happening, because safety and traffic.
Yeah. So, I mean,
we missed you guys. We missed a week.
It's a month. It's been a month. It's been a month since we actually got together.
Yeah.
So y'all coming through, showing some love. We have an open mic every single time. Folks have signed up. It's very cute, very green. All right.
Green.
If you feel inspired tonight and you're like, I think I might actually do it. Find us. We can add you to the wait list. All right. But what we like to do, we have to make it a little bit more spicy. We add a little main event to each of our open mics. So the first Wednesday of every month, in addition to the open mic, we have a poetry slam. All right. If you're unfamiliar with a poetry slam, it's a competition with poems. People are competing with their poems, getting scored by judges, numbers. We give out prizes. It's, in all silliness, it is a fun way to get people together. And all of that is actually because we're starting our slam season and getting ready to basically form our next Mill City Speaks Slam team. There's a Mill City Speaks Slam poets in the building right now. Can you just do it? Yeah, all right, guys. Yeah, put your hands up. We some homies just pulled up from a Vox Pop, a wild weekend in Manchester, New Hampshire, doing incredible things. I heard some superlatives were won. It's not about the competition, it's really about the community, but we have fun. So definitely check that out. But on the third Wednesday, we have a main event being a guest to come through, do a showcase, do some poetry. And tonight we have a lovely, lovely homie, Emmanuel. Let's give it a for our features in the house. It's the fly looking poet in the front. I mean, there's a lot of fly looking poets, but this person is dressed up, So anyway, we'll get a fit pick at some point, but really excited for Emmanuel to come through, making the trip from Boston to bless us with some incredible stories or just talking shit. We'll figure out.
Hell yeah.
Some housekeeping.
Yes.
So for folks, this is our home for the evening. We're in Dragonfly Cafe. If you haven't already, please tip your baristas, your staff, the team over there really well. I just got an incredible quesadilla with the add-ons. Do we want to do any other shout outs?
Yes, I don't think they have any left. But it's their, I can't remember specifically what it's called, but it's like the autumn cake. Is that what? The harvest cake. Oh, okay, I was close. I'm a poet. I'm not good with words. But yeah, that was really yummy. It does contain some allergens, so you know what you can and can't consume, or what you can't and choose to anyway, because some people do that. So yeah, but it was really yummy.
But
so
yeah,
maybe next time.
Yeah, shout out to Dragonfly Cafe because it's very gluten-free, celiac-friendly venue establishment. So we love that. And also a reminder, if you have any outside food or drink, it's not in here. That's all I got to say. It's not in here. And that's for the wellness and safety of all of our guests who that's important. Speaking of wellness and safety, this being our home, we want to make this it's a place where it's a loving, encouraging, and supportive environment. We have fun. Joy's in there. But we have to upkeep the home, keep it a little tidy. And there's a few things that we really want to emphasize in taking care of our home. It's just trying to make this space a space that many of us can continue to enjoy. With that, there are problematic, harmful, hate-related energies out there. Please do not bring any hate speech, especially towards our neighbors and our community members, into this space. No racism, homophobia, transphobia, sexism. I mean, the list really goes on. We're really about creating a space for our neighbors, our community to be a part of, and don't bring that shit in here. Don't bring that shit in here.
Leave it at the door. There's a couple doors.
There's a couple.
Pick your door. Just leave it.
If you rock with that, can I get yeah?
Yeah.
Also, a part of that also is not necessarily what happens on the mic, but just in the space in general. So we definitely want folks here to be mindful and be respectful of each other's personal boundaries, which is physical and emotional space as well.
We ask that, if you're sharing something on the mic that has potentially triggering topics, to give the audience a heads up. Hey, I'm sharing a piece with pertaining to XYZ. Audience, respond how you need to. If you need to remove yourself from the space, that is totally fine. Please take care of yourselves. Additionally, say, for example, someone shares a piece with a particular, potentially triggering topic. We encourage people to start dialogue. However, it's easy enough to approach the poet or performer afterward and say, hey, I liked your piece and pertaining to this XYZ. Are you comfortable talking about that more? And if the person says no, guess what? That's great. That's perfect. End a conversation, or at least end of that conversation. You can talk about other things. So, yeah, that's right.
We got some poets in here. Yeah.
Yes, being mindful of people's physical and emotional boundaries. For example, I'm a hugger. I'll give most people a hug. We don't just walk up to someone and hug them, like stuff like that. Like, hey, are you comfortable? Yada, yada, yada. For the most part, just be mindful. Speaking of mindfulness, Ricky and I get up here, and the rest of our folks, we get up here and make it look pretty easy to, stand in front of a mic and run our mouths and do whatever. But for some people, whether it's their first, second, 10th time, whatever, it can be a bit nerve-wracking. And so out of respect for them, as well as the people around you in the audience listening, although we encourage dialogue, just keep side conversations to a lower volume. There might be someone near you who may be of harder hearing, and especially wherever you are occupying the space, if you're close to the front or further back. By the way, if you have some trouble, there's some seats available in the front. Just putting that out there. They're very comfy. They're made out of paracord. But yeah, so just be mindful of that as well. Respect the people around you. They'll respect you. You'll get our respect. La-di-da-di-da. Everyone holds hands and skips around, whatever. Not actually,
with
but
consent holding the
consensual hand holding only.
If y'all rock with that, can I get a yeah? Love that. Of course, in this space, you don't have to be nice.
Don't be nice.
Be
necessary.
You can come here and be authentic, have that dialogue. This is a platform for that, to uplift the stories and the narratives that are important and that we care about. All right. So there'll be a range of storytelling and art tonight, lighthearted stuff and some heavy stuff. But as Nikolai and I mentioned, there's ways to do that with care and consideration with our community. All right.
Also, in regards to care and consideration, one other thing I forgot to mention. By no means do we tolerate people in the audience making inappropriate comments about those who are on stage. Audience, kind of police yourselves. If you hear someone saying something inappropriate, just tell them like, hey, there's no room for that here. You don't need to make like a big whole stink about it, but just be respectful,
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. Shout out to that. With that being said, being respectful, another thing we would like to push is showing love. All right. Folks are going to be doing their shit on this microphone, and there's ways that you can let us know that you're listening, you're feeling, and you're connecting to what's on this microphone. Y'all are a really great audience. Y'all are really like locked in and like listening.
A lot of eye contact. We'd love to see it.
I feel like I'm in the bathroom by myself practicing a poem, to be honest. But if you like something tonight, we can show love. Some things you can do is you can snap. Can we practice snapping real quick? Yeah. If you don't know how to snap, it looks cool. You can just do that. You can do maybe like one of these, like, one hand clap. If someone just performed, boom, boom, you can clap for the homies. Can we clap for the homies real quick? All right, some folks are already feeling it. You can respond.
Hooting and hollering. We love to hear it.
You can hoot and holler. Like maybe you just took a bite out of a bomb quesadilla. You might get a You might like really agree with something and be like, yeah. And sometimes it's fitting. But are there any dogs in the house? No. Wow.
Every time I ask that question, everyone always has some stupid thing to say when I ask the question about Wayne. You do. All right.
I don't know. No one barked this time. Okay. All right. Anyway.
Oh, they need me to ask it. They need me to ask it. Okay.
Know. But there's ways to show love. So please,
All that to say, sometimes there's dogs, and sometimes people do bark at poems. But we like to say, like that. We do like to say that if there is an actual like small
Pupper?
like animal, don't bark, because sometimes it stresses them out. It's happened before. We say all this because things happen, so we need to address them. That goes for everything that we say.
Oh my goodness.
No, Peter's dog was, remember? Yeah.
All right. This intro is really long, but it's really important. We're putting this ground, setting up the table really well.
We missed a week. We're
a little fucked up. I just want to let y'all know that we're taking some photos, and this event is being video recorded and streamed on the YouTube. Okay, so keep that in mind. If
you are not comfortable being videoed or photographed or any of that, let us know. We can work with you with that.
Yeah. Don't surprise us like super last minute, but we're here to look out for each other. A lot of people put this together. We'll do a big shout out to them a little bit later. But I think I'm looking at our co-organizers. Are we missing anything?
Bathrooms. There are bathrooms down the hallway that need a key to access them. There are keys located by the register. Yeah, right. Yeah, over there. Everyone look. There. Enough of you looked. There you go. There are, and those are gendered bathrooms. There are additional gendered bathrooms downstairs and like down the hall, you go through a door, over the bridge through the woods. They do not need a key. There's more stalls and there's better lighting for mirror selfies.
Amazing,
so
y'all.
yeah, make of that what you will.
Bang. If you take some good photos, lowpoetrywheel.com. Do not be taking photos of the homies without their consent. That's super helpful. I don't want to spill this, but I think we're ready to spill something now. On deck. Who do we have on deck, Nikolai?
On deck, we have Jason. Jason, you are on deck.
Beautiful. With that being said, we don't go in any particular order on this open mic. We'll let you know who's up next, who's on deck. You have about 3 minutes to share. With that being said, I'm really excited to have the first poet break this ice, because fuck ice. Make some noise for our lovely co-host, Nikolai.
Hi. Okay, just real quick, speaking of break, show him your hoodie. Get up here, show him your hoodie. Oh my gosh, you're so tall. You can stand up from there. He's wearing a Smash Ice hoodie. Thanks, babe, for... Yeah. Anyway, you'll see him later. Okay, I'm sorry. Pardon me for potentially uprooting your comfort. Alrighty, I'm gonna give you guys options. Do we want some like real world applicable-ish stuff, or like some like ancient 2019 poem? Okay, real world shit. All right. I can't remember if I've performed this one on the mic or not, so okay. Thank you. This one is titled "Grocery Whore." It makes sense as yeah. I'd never sell my body. That's what I tell people. Oh, but I'm afraid I already have. Not in the traditional sense. I break my body day after day for a company. Lifting, pushing, pulling. The knots in my muscles are tighter than any budget. I wake up. I work. I go home. I lay down because I am tired. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm not a machine. I need rest. I need the rest of my life to recover from what I've been through, both physically and emotionally. I'm not a machine. Maybe I'm just a robot. Oh, but they tell me I'm pretty, so I must be a doll. I work and work and work, then I recharge. Then I go back to work. I sell my body to a company who needs me to break down pallets and stock product and help customers find what they're looking for, because everyone needs to eat. You help people eat. You help people live. But at what cost? At what cost? What cost? Cost, the cost of living. The cost of living. At the cost of living. It's at the cost of living. So yes, I do sell my body. Not in the traditional sense. Call me a grocery whore. Thank you. Hell yeah. Alrighty, on deck we have Hazel. Oh, look at you. On deck we have Hazel. Up next, we actually happen to have the honor of hosting this individual who invented the color neon cerulean. I mean, come on, I'm a bit starstruck myself. So, right, okay. Not a lot of neon cerulean fans in the house. Okay, whatever. Well, whether you're a fan of that color or not, make some noise for our homie Jason. Clap till Jason gets to the microphone.
Okay, this is old shit.
Oh shit!
It's called Love After Bedbugs. And don't worry, it's old shit, so there's no more bedbugs. We're at a point where what's another fluid? But I make a last stand at the door, my shoulder blades digging into the screen. But her hands are closing over mine, closing over the keys in my hoodie pocket. She'll see the legs of the bed soaking in tins of mineral oil, the bed itself in the center of the room like an operating table, the whiteness of the sheets, everything in bags, nothing touching anything that touches the bed. I don't remember stripping her at the door, bagging her clothes in a giant Ziploc bag. But now she feels around for them on the floor. The darkness of a winter morning blinds us, only the coldness of her calf, wetness of the sheets, sweat. She's found a bag and tears it open to get her clothes and purse. She dresses facing the door, her back on me in my sterile cave, so that when she gets her second boot zipped, she can make a quick exit. Before she does, she pinches a curl in the center of my hairline and presses her lips to mine like we're sipping up the goodbye from different straws. Then she pulls away. The bed slides on its pie tins and one of them spills its oil onto the floor. A final percussive smack of our lips, the staccato scrape of her heels on the sidewalk outside. A half light emerges. I'm ready to check the sheets for spots of blood. And this is new shit. I barely remember this, but one Easter at church, at Sunday school, they gave out toy Easter bunnies to all the boys and girls. To the girls, they gave bunny dolls, not quite furry and warm, but soft at least, white cloth, thinly stuffed, with eyes and noses finely stitched in black. They wore little dresses, I think, like a checkered church dress or something. Maybe they had little straw hats. I don't know. I don't remember. To the boys, they gave these weird bunny statues. They were piggy banks, actually, rigid and fixed, cold as roadkill and completely metallic, like horrible and coin-hungry Terminators. They never moved, just stared. And the coin slot wasn't even at the mouth. You couldn't even pretend feed it carrot slices. You had to insert the coins into its back, like in some sick post-biological fueling ritual, all while it stared at you, expressionless. In fact, it barely had a face. In fact, it barely had eyes, just ominous little bumps on the mirror surface. All you could see was your own warped reflection, convex to oblivion and swirling like a hurricane around its little probing protrusions. So I watched them coming around, handing out the dolls to the girls and the piggy banks to the boys, and got to discover my disappointment when I was handed the piggy bank. One more. Walking through the forest path to school with my niece, we step over a spent or otherwise jettisoned vape. And she points at the vape and I imagine with a kind of thrill says, "I know what that is." And I just say, okay, because maybe I'm thinking about my own stuff, putting a poem together in my head, which will probably never be known by anyone. And after a beat, I say, "I think you feel like you have to be perfect," trailing off, suddenly self-conscious. And who the fuck knows what she heard?
Arch your back and bend it back and play. Fuck you good, I fuck you good.
Alrighty. Everyone may give a round of applause for our homie Jason. Alrighty. Now, Jason, was this your first time on the Untitled? It wasn't. Was it your second time? I just haven't seen you before. Or if I'm sorry. All right. Also, everyone say bad host. So Ricky and I forgot to say like one of our favorite things, the call and response. But you guys, you just kind of got it. If that makes sense. What's it called? Yeah, the shitses. Yeah, the shitses. If you have something that's like super fresh, you got new shit. New shit. If you got something dusty, crusty from like a decade or two ago, old shit. Old shit. And if you're in between shit. In between shit. You say shit, we say shit with you. Yeah, yeah? Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Now you can retract your bad host if you really want to. All right. On deck, we have Caroline. Caroline, you are on deck, but up next is one of my favorite people. I love you so much. I'm so glad you're here today. Please welcome Hazel to the mic. Clap for Hazel!
for you. Basically, to see a change.
Keep clapping.
So I just ignore you. Oh, it's on my mind. People probably my mind. Oh, but maybe in time, I'll tell you a little bit about you. I guess that I'm a little bit.
All right, there we go. Hi, everybody. Hi, my name is Hazel. I use she, her pronouns. And this song is old shit. It's called Save It. And trigger warning for essay. Just save it for the movie about our lives. I don't know how many times you tried only to die. You're wasting your time on a cigarette. Smoke away the days and spend my last 2 waking breaths with you. Marietta is far away. I don't know this place so well and can't spell my own name. And there's a rocket ship in outer space looking down upon all my disgrace. What a time of day to send my life in spirals down the drain. It's golden hour and the rain looks glorious on the scars on my face. Just save it for the movie about our lives. I don't know how many times you tried only to die. You're wasting your time on a cigarette. Smoke away the days and spend my last 2 waking breaths with you. Tried to cut my arm one day, but a bird fell to my window and told me I should stay. So I grabbed it by the neck and slammed its body to my chest, taping its wings to my spine. God damn, I wish I could fly! You knew how much I suffered, only to rape me under city lights and feel my body all the way up as you climbed to the cortex of my brain. And now I have gone insane, trying to remove your blows from my head to my arms, to my neck, to my chest, to my breasts. Now my breath is cold. Save it for the movie about our lives. I don't know how many times you tried only to die. You're wasting your time on a cigarette. Smoke away the days and spend my last 2 waking breaths with you. Thank you.
Vestirse, en el coche darse cuenta de que con las prisas y el miedo, el regreso
Keep clapping.
al revés. Patricio, ahí entonces, Patricio, 29 años, delgado, marrones,
Give it up for our homie Hazel. Oh man, you can find Hazel Adeline on Spotify. Hazel, do you have Bandcamp too? And Bandcamp. Yeah, Hazel's super cool. I'm emotional right now. Loser. All right. On deck. On deck we have Jamie. Jamie, you are on deck. This next homie, if you know anything about boats, I guarantee you don't know as much about boats as this next homie. This next homie knows everything about boats. So give it up for Caroline. Clap till Caroline gets to the microphone.
Hey guys. I wrote this on January 20th, but I've never read it out loud, so I guess it's new shit. I was trying to tap into more of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day and less of the inauguration day that was happening. This is No One Was Saved after Eleanor Rigby. And I'm getting over a cough, so hopefully I get through this. Pray to false idols, or you won't be spared. So you pray to appeal to a God not there. You pray to those who never cared. Pray for the ones who never cared or conceded. Greed begets pain, but they won't feel it. Pray for them, for they are sick and consumed with fear. Shackled by metastatic hate, fungating tumors fester where conscience once thrived. They are alive, but don't understand the miracle. Pray this grief brings relief. Pray for the key to appear in your hand and the strength to unlock the door. For the jams were never plumb and never designed to hide the heart. Pray the door opens, and so will you. Pray to change your nature, to be gentle and kind. Pray for curiosity, for liberation, for love. Pray to be love for those who could never see love. You see love. The choice is yours. Thank you.
Make some noise for Caroline. Hell yeah. The boat, our boat, homie. Caroline, where'd you go? There you are. This wasn't your first time, was this? Watch it. All right, well, moving along. Since we don't have anything else to say. On deck we have Hikma. Hikma, you are on deck. Up next. Okay, so Caroline knew everything about boats, but this next homie, wind turbines. It's just the people that we have in our community. They just know so much about so many things. So please give a warm welcome to our homie Jamie. Clap till Jamie gets to the microphone.
I am first time, so I don't know what all that is, but I guess we'll learn. So I forgot my glasses, so I had to go to the emergency backup. So pardon the glasses. One day you all might need these. So Untitled, but if it was titled, it would be missing my best friend. I miss Walter. I wrote that on a text to friends at the bottom of a set of random thoughts. I miss Walter. It felt the most true of what I'd written. I'm working through this stuff around my mom, the headline of her disowning me, but the little background 7th page, 20th page, 472nd page, buried in the middle of the newspaper facts of a young life of pain, of be happy, Mom, of please just be happy, and then I can be happy. I wrote a letter to my mom and burned it. Several people suggested that. Just write for 15 minutes, let it all out, don't read it, burn it. I took a pot from under our Lazy Susan and put in the pages and lit it with a red propane lighter. When it stopped burning, I lit it again, and I used the black tip of the torch to spread out the gray and white leavings, the detritus, the smoldering remains of my words. When I was in my 20s, a friend of mine did something similar on a men's weekend in an outdoor steel hibachi. He put the words he typed and lit them on fire, and I took a picture and gave it to him framed as a memory of the letting go. And he didn't want it because it showed the words, and he'd burned it to be done with it. I didn't get that then, that maybe my idea of memorializing his process would be the last thing he would have wanted, because now I know that's the last thing I would have wanted. I tapped through to the bottom of the pan, lit the still glowing embers even more, made sure every pen stroke was gone. Then I poured water on it and dumped the gray soup into the garbage. And I thought of Walter and how I would have loved him to be just a witness to the whole process in my telling of it afterward. That somehow, without him, a piece still feels impossibly missing, like a doorway out of my house that leads to a flowing, bright garden sanctuary has just disappeared. It's not boarded up. It's not nailed shut. It's just gone, as if it never existed. No windows to climb out of, no tunnels or back doors to get there. And I Miss Walter is still the truest thing I've written today. Thank you.
All righty. Now, Jamie, you said this was your first time on our open mic. Okay, now we get to do the fun stuff. All right. So, if it's someone's first time or second time, we'd like to do something special. Like, again, I'm sorry. It's number 3. It's like, we want to, but it's just, when do we draw the line, you know? So, I'm going to count to 3, and all together, audience, everyone, whoever, the ghosts, we're all going to say, please come back. Audience, can we do that?
Yes.
Audience, can we do that?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, please come back. And if you don't come back, you'll get to see what we do next time. All right, give it up for Jamie, everyone. Alrighty. On deck after the mid-roll announcements is Mackenzie. Mackenzie, you are on deck after the mid-roll announcements. So our next homie's gonna do their stuff, and then we're gonna have announcements, and then after that, I'll put you'll see. Alrighty. So we have boats. We got wind turbines. I'm about to tell you. So, HGTV, we know about it, interior design, all that kind of stuff. And when I say the master of floorboards is in our presence, I do not say that lightly. So if you want to learn about floorboards, talk to our next homie. So please but before you get to the floorboards, what do I say? Give it up for Hickma! I'm so sorry, just short circuit. Clap for Hickma! Let me get some microphones! I was overwhelmed by thinking about
Thank you. Sitting on a chair helps me take up space, so maybe the floor thing could be right. So the name of this poem is called Expectation. This is old shit.
Oh,
Okay. They say change happens when the only option available is to change, and you're tired of taking the same old shit. I'm transforming because I can't deal with all this bullshit no more. I'm tired of your expectations, of you asking what my plans are in the future, a day that isn't here yet. I'm tired of explaining why I chose something, why I made a decision. I'm tired of being blamed for my past actions. I'm tired of persecutions, unruly voices, feeling like I done wrong, giving no validations. I'm tired of having to look smart, amounting to something, having to become something in this world of temporary feeling. I'm tired of not trusting myself, of going on a senseless direction or feeling like my direction is meaningless. I'm tired of acting fake or like I do not care, showing off my skills so I'm not being hazed. I'm tired of instigations, falling for your judgment, for a box I can't fit into. I'm tired of putting up a face, putting up a show for my ego, hide my vulnerable self in hopes my emotions can't be seen. I'm tired of having to look strong, acting like I don't want love so I won't be judged on my delicacy. I'm tired of looking for issues, wasting my time panicking, being anxious. I'm tired of fearing, just fearing something. What will happen next if I do not have it ordered? I'm tired of needing to feel accomplished, having to do something fulfilling, a task, so I can sleep at night. I'm tired of being shy, lacking confidence, feeling like I can't speak up. I'm tired of my daily routines, of fighting against change, of fighting against anxiety, fighting against honesty. I'm tired of feeling far from myself. I'm tired of fighting to exist in this world. I'm tired of not feeling safe. I just want to exist. I want to feel protected. I want to trust myself and be free. No deals, no conditions, no worries. All of me at peace. I just want to be myself, be free in this body, spend my time in the present, enjoy my vacation on this earth. Thank you.
Make some noise for our homie Hikma. All right. Now, Hikma, I have a question for you. My question's been answered. Connor, it's your turn now. I've lost my zest for life. Will. But thank you. You
Was
know
your second time?
No,
No,
this was
third.
third. Yeah, that's right.
Sorry,
And now
I got excited. I'm sorry.
now we have Connor with the mid-roll announcements.
We should start doing things for no. Is that then we're gonna go third, fourth, fifth? Yeah.
Like, and this is my 160th time. Everyone, they came back. Oh, good. It's like,
160th time.
At that point, yeah, just give him a coupon, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's like it's expired. It's not even like
Expired.
I guess we're doing stand-up podcast now.
Yeah, we can.
Now we have Connor. That's the story.
Hello, everyone.
Connor's gonna do the he's
We'll do some announcing.
yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm going to exit the stage now.
And I am taking Nikolai's mic because I like this mic better for right now. So, hello, everyone. My name is Connor. He, him. How are you all doing tonight? Good. So, before we get into these mid-roll announcements, I just want to reiterate just a couple things. Obviously, this is our home. This is our space. We want to keep it as comfortable for folks as possible. So just be mindful of people's physical and emotional boundaries. Use consent, use trigger warnings, and be respectful of those boundaries.
All right. So, you're welcome. You're welcome. And let's see. Is kitchen closing at 8 today, or is it already closed? 8? Okay. Last call is at 8, so you have 11 minutes. Last call's now. If you want food, go order it right now. And bar will be open still, so you're good on drinks. And yeah, stock up. All right. So the Lowell Poetry Wheel, that is us, and we are a very wobbly wheel. Now, why are we wobbly? Because we only have 3 spokes, but they are 3 very important spokes. So we have the Untitled open mic, which is what we are at right now. Yeah. We have Mill City Speaks, which is the slam team. Some info about them in a little bit. And we have Free Worst, which is our youth poetry program. So yes, they are the future. So one of the great things about us is that we do not charge any cover fees when you come into any of our events. We operate solely on donations. And so what that means is we are broke as hell. So, yeah, the secret's out. The secret is out. So, the late, great Douglas Bishop had this tradition where he would ask for donations by passing around the hat. And if you didn't have money, that's fine. Just put some good vibes in the hat. And obviously, if you have any extra money, you want to tip it to the amazing staff at Dragonfly Cafe. But if you have any extras, we would really, really appreciate it. And we have Rikov has generously given his grandfather's hat for us to use. And if you don't have physical cash, we also do have Venmo, which is just Ricky's Venmo. So, upcoming events. There's some 2 really big upcoming events coming up in the month of October. On October 1st, first Wednesday of the month, we will have our Mill City Speaks Slam Team Qualifier right here. Yeah, a little bit of energy, yeah. And then on the 3rd Wednesday of October, October 15th, we will be having the Untitled Halloween party, where not only will we be having a costume competition, but we will be having a dead poet slam. Yes. It's getting serious. It is getting serious. Don't forget to check out our public library up front. That will have our email sign-up list as well. Don't forget to check out our website, lowpoetrywheel.com. Give us a follow to Instagram at lowpoetrywheel. And I think that's everything. Yeah. All right. So let's get back to that open mic. And then we can get to our amazing feature. Because the Emmanuel was in the house. I don't know where he went, but yeah. All right. So on deck, we are going to have Shelby. But up next, I want to welcome the wonderful human being, Mackenzie, to the stage. All right, let's give him a round of applause. Clap until the poet gets to the stage. Z, not D. Clap till the poet gets to the stage. Woo!
Keep clapping.
y'all hear me on this? No. I got it. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. So this is an acapella. If any of you are Hamilton fans, of Burn. I'm slightly regretting this. I get so nervous. I'm sorry. Okay. I saved. Fuck. Oh my god. Can I try? Would the mic be okay if I had like music on my phone, or would it mess with it? Okay. Just 'cause. I felt that. I'm not trying to listen to the ads. Can you guys hear that? Okay. I saved every letter you wrote me. From the moment I read them, I knew you were mine. You said you were mine. I thought you were mine. Do you know what Angelica said when we saw your first letter arrive? She said, "Be careful with that one, love. You will do what it takes to survive." You and your words flooded my senses. Your sentences left me defenseless. You built me palaces out of paragraphs. You built cathedrals. I'm reading the letters you wrote me. I'm searching and scanning for answers in every line, for some kind of sign. And when you were mine, the world seemed to burn. Burn. You published the letter she wrote you. You told the whole world how you brought this girl into our bed, and clearing your name, you've ruined our lives. Do you know what Angelica said when she read what you'd done? She said, "You marry Nicholas. He has flown too close to the sun. You're in your words obsessed with your legacy. Your sentences border on senseless, and you are paranoid in every paragraph how they perceive you. You. I'm erasing myself from the narrative. Let future historians wonder how Eliza reacted when you broke her heart. You tore it all apart, I'm watching it burn. Watching it burn. The world has no right to my heart. The world has no place in our bed. They don't get to know what I said. I'm burning the memories, burning the letters that might have redeemed you. You forfeit all rights to my heart. You forfeit the place in our bed. You'll sleep in your office instead, with only the memories of when you were mine. I hope that you Thank you.
Give it up for Mackenzie, everyone. Woo! And Mackenzie, was this your first time on the open?
One, two, three,
Please come back! Woo! For another round of applause. It's awesome. All right. So, on deck, we have Mackenzie. But first, I would like to welcome the amazing Shelby to the stage. Clap for Paul gets to the stage.
I literally thought that was the first chord of Let It Go, and I was like, Ricky, this is too much, even for me. Okay, so this poem has a little lore, and it's brand new, like I just wrote it new. I don't know how I feel about it, but if you guys could be super vocal about the lines that you like, that would be sick. Okay, can we do that? Yeah, okay, nice. All right, so for those of you guys who don't know my husband, he's Welsh. I'm going to butcher a lot of Welsh words and do my best, and he's going to love me at the end of it still. Okay. Okay, so there's a village called Capel Celyn. In 1965, one of the last Welsh-only speaking communities, Capel Celyn, was flooded to supply water to the city of Liverpool. The village and its buildings, including the post office, the school, and a chapel with a cemetery, were all submerged in the flood, leaving the community's memories and some of their members left behind to rest under the water. Now this is the poem. If you look close enough, the children are running up the village roads, past their fathers coming home from mining coal, a hard day's night, an honest wage earned. A mother posts a card reading Na Dalig Lwen with no return address. Hot soup is served on the lip of a love spoon underwater. As a father teaches his son to skip rocks on Lake Bala, he might hit a roof tile in the drought. He might hear the story, the echo of the fallen, the silent scorching of sun gleaming on the surface. You will see how the fresh water holds the memories, allows it to slip through the cracks of its hands, not cupped carefully enough to drink from, never learn the stirring of a gravy spoon preparing Sunday roast. The reservoir spares the city for a village's dismemberment. Dreams built from Ruaban red. Think of the force it takes for water to corrode a brick, to waterlog the thickness of Welsh consonants, for a language to preserve itself anyway, to withstand a bombing. The walls now a deconstruction, saturated in the red of it. The blood of a village lived long enough to have a heartbeat. The dragon, the protector, lays under the noise, fear of flying with wet wings. This village is not to be mythologized, not meant to be crystallized beneath reservoir and remembrance. And the Tryweryn residents who sleep underneath the water's edge tell the story as it happened. Honor even the bubbles as they slip to the surface in whispers. Listen to the breaths, heavy and sunken into the controversy of it. Be grateful for what you still have left, for even the drought of it, that lets roof ridges peek through the horizon, past the post office Christmas card, the children running home from school, the reaching over the waterline to the boy and his tide, offering themselves the light, a lesson to let the resting live once more. And I wonder, what makes water choose to be anything but a resurrection? What finally makes the boy learn to tell the story in Welsh?
Give it up for the poet. Give it up for Shelby, everyone. All right. So we are cruising. We are absolutely cruising right now. So on deck we have Joe. All right, but Joe Cold Case, right? Yeah, awesome. So, but first, I would like to welcome the sensational Mackendy to the stage. Clap till the poet gets to the stage.
Hi. Stick around for your feature. They are amazing and hella talented. And I'm so excited to hear them share their work with this community. One of my favorite poets out of the greater Boston area. And they're like a sweetie too. Good human, good poet. All right, so I'm gonna read this poem. This is a Lugawu poem. The Lugawu discusses longing. It's true. Sometimes I miss my body. No, not the wolf spider leaping off the wall of a lightless home in Glacier as someone opens the front door. And not the dog staring into a child's room at midnight, whispering, "Come outside." And not the boa in Boston slithering inside an unlocked house and towards a dreaming man's neck, squeezing until his gasps are missing books in the library of his lungs. I have those bodies, a catalog of skins scripted into my morphing. Matryoshka chrysalis, I am born in the dark again and again. It's true what the Boko said. I can be anything so long as I promise to eat. Doppelganger of wants, my hunger infinite. Each beast and ailment I wear, a letter in the alphabet of ruining. I can be whatever I choose except human. Again. I will not miss the heart attack I will be mistaken for, or the tears of the man's new widow, but I understand. I too have grieved a body I once loved, have yearned for embrace. But when I accepted this gift curse, I became a double for ache. All day I walk by mirrors, scare light from my reflection.
Give it up for Mackendy, everyone. All right. So, on deck, we have Artie. Artie, you are on deck. But first, I would like to welcome Joe Coldcase to the stage. Clap till the poet gets to the stage, everyone.
I've got a true cold case to tell everybody. Halloween brings this out every year, and I process this. Only my daughter's ever heard this. In '79, I was in junior high, and a teacher was killed on the highway. Somebody threw a stone off the bridge. My father called it a Belgian block. It was a chiseled piece of granite. She was a teacher coming home from a PTA meeting in Lowell, going to Lawrence. My parents are teachers, so this story stayed with me. And I didn't know it, but over the course of about 40 years, I collected data, and I know who the murderer is. I haven't come forward for a couple of reasons, but let me take you through this little chronology, and this is very abbreviated. So this happened in the end of a school system's really processed this. We discussed it in school for weeks. This was a significant case. She got hit, and later on, she was mortally wounded. She died. And it went unsolved. So fast forward to about 2014, and I run into one of my classmates, and I'm cutting a tree down for him. I was an arborist, and we're covering a lot of topics. And this person comes up, and this guy was a real brute in high school, and he had mad skills. We didn't shoot, we fought in the early 80s. This dude was a maniac. He told me that the maniac used to slap him around, and he was for his friend. And the maniac married the prom queen, and she quickly divorced him. Like he was some sociopath that he leaked out a little bit, and people spotted it. And so along the way, I'm remembering this and processing it and storing it away until I run into another classmate in 2018. His name is Mike. And we're covering a lot of topics, and I probably brought up the bridge case because that's an Andover thing. And he goes, that happened to my father. Mike's grandparents invented yogurt, okay? And Mike's father was like delivering a load of yogurt from New York, and he saw our guy threw a rock from the bridge and hit the fridge on the trailer. So Mike was very passionate about that, and he immediately said, oh, they looked at Ron for that crime on the bridge. And I was like, oh my God, finally, there's a hit. And I never forgot that. And it died down. I don't know how police work was back in like 81 or something, or no, in 79, but it died down. And so Mike and I sort of parted ways, but I went down to the Andover Library and I went into the microfilm and I looked at the case closely again. And it was tragic what happened. I found a picture of this guy, this demon, who was, a photographer had caught him swinging at a cop. And there was this crazy photograph on the front of the Tribune while I'm in the microfilm. And I'm thinking, this guy was trouble in high school. And Mike also mentioned that he saw his W-2 and he made $900,000 a year. So this dude was rich. He was like Tyson, like crazy. And at soccer games, he would freely knock out people, like if mouthy parents, and he was the mouthy guy talking to the ref. He was that guy, right? So I'm a contractor. I was a contractor in Andover, and I'm thinking like, I know all the guys in 81. In Andover, you were either a stoner or a jock, all right? And I'm thinking about West Andover, and I'm thinking, who lives around there? And that guy lived close to the bridge. And so I would drive by, and I would see the house, and I'd see where he lived, and I'd see the bridge, and I thought, maybe one night when he was having a bad night, he had a poopy diaper or whatever the hell was bothering him. He decided he wanted to change his state of mind like a shoplifter. He wanted some high or something. So he takes this granite block, he walks down, he drops it. And back in the day, they didn't have fences on the bridges. They were open. So driving down one day, I spot a driveway with Belgian blocks between his house and the bridge. And I thought, that has to be the most compelling evidence to convict this guy. And now, one of my hobbies is like FBI interrogation techniques and body language and all that. I love that. It's like a hobby. And I feel like modern day lie detector people could catch him in his speech. And there's something about Halloween that brings this out, where I process this. And there's two reasons I don't come forward. One is I could be completely wrong, and two, I'm deathly afraid of the guy. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Give it up for Joe, everyone. All right. So, on deck, we're going to have the working section. And then after the working section, we get to the main event. Our feature, Mr. Emmanuel here. But first, I would like to welcome, last but certainly not least, Artie to the stage. Clap till the poet gets to the stage, everyone.
Hello, I'm Artie. This is Old Chit and also Untitled, so yeehaw. It is in the days before we are going to rebuild the porch, and I am sitting on the cement patio block that covers the broken board. It's too unstable for my father's cane, the wood rotting beneath peeling paint. It is going to be rebuilt, wider, with bigger steps and a railing. I stare at the spiderwort and the pokeweed that hedge the yard, and think of my girl boyhood that I spent pinching their petals and berries, admiring the greasy juice that stained my skin magenta. I remember disassembling the wagon, removing the walls to make a glorified pallet on wheels to balance on, and rock it unsteady down the hill of my street, unprotected and the wind-like fingers tracing my face. As my hair unbrushed and knotted behind me, as I braced for potholes and frost heaves. I was a graceless, gangling thing, yet to be spat out by puberty, raw and weeping and curving in ways unthought of. Before, I was awkward and eager to explore, the skunk cabbage poking up from the icy marsh in the woods, to carry big sticks that we thwack against the sumacs, to race my neighbor on his bike and wonder if I liked him or I wished I could become him. With his short hair that curled to the nape of his neck, the promise of a deep voice and flat chest that sat in his future. I would lay flat on the lawn, heedless to grass stains, would chart the curling branches of the ancient maple, and wonder what comes next, guileless and happy. I'm sitting on the porch that will be gone in 2 days, looking at that little girl across the yard, and time, and I have a heavy question in my throat, too scared to ask. If she is happy where we ended up. Most days too tired, drowning in depression and self-neglect, to go outside and smell the tiger lilies along the road, or appreciate the delicate sprigs of pink and white knotweed flowers. I almost end this reflection when I pause, because what stops there from being an even older self, sitting on their rebuilt porch, thinking that about me?
What's up? I'm here now. Yeah. I'm doing the working section, and we're going to do it real freaking fast because we got a sweet ass feature to get to. We want to make sure that we respect his time and give him as much time as he needs. So, with that being said, Joe, my good friend, you Jacko Joe, that's what you are today. You're on deck. But up next, let's give a round of applause for somebody who looks like he would be named Rico in Connor.
Hello, I'm back, everyone. All right, I have new shit. Quick little poem. I am in college right now, and I am taking a poetry class. So one of the things that we're doing in this class is we have to write in to strict forms, which is something I usually don't do and I hate doing. So form shit. This is my attempt at a syllabics poem. It's called The Blood-Soaked Moon. Blood flows through the door. The killing moon rises. Blood of the people, blood of the living. How do we live against such hate? The blood reaches me. The killing moon shines. Judgment flies with the moon. The blood moon floods the room with our fear tonight. My fear is quelled with ringing guns. The crimson moon glows. My blood thickens hate. My hatred for the gun rings as true as my hatred for the red moon. My blood feeds the suffering world. The killing moon sets. Thank you.
Shout out to Uncle Rico, everybody. Thank you, Uncle Rico, for being here. Cool. Up next is myself and Ricky. What? It's us together? But I promise that the reason I said Jacko Joe isn't dirty. It's just because he's wearing a big pumpkin shirt and he's bald. So give a hand for Joe, everybody. I am bald.
That's true as well.
You never noticed I saw the horn?
All right, I got some new shit. Very choppy.
Choppy shit.
Did you know that babies will cry and eventually stop crying if they realize that they aren't getting any response to satisfy their need? They will go hoarse throat, non-verbal stimulation machine silent. A common problem with learned helplessness in babies, even still today, is that rats will actually eat a non-verbal's fingers down to the nub like a corn cob. And sometimes I wonder what it would be like to be that baby mid-rat feast. If the only solace I knew was to scream from my mother's skid track arms to hold me warm and taut, instead, their teeth carve my sinew anew, my bone a slab of marble for their deranged art project. Make a Houdini act of my mystical disappearing flesh, digit by digit. I imagine being the frog who made it outside of the boiling pot. My flesh only singed with the promise of future toiling if I did not get out. I imagine being a frog who did not speak a word of this demise, watched it all unfold like a Jacob's ladder, as one frog is eaten by a bigger frog and eaten by a bass, and that bass eaten by a fisherman, and it keeps coming and coming until there's a hook in your back. But I wonder how many of us are even casting rods anymore, how many of us even know what to do when we catch a fat trout, how to dress it proper without puncturing its guts and ruining all of this fresh meat. I imagine what it's like to not know propaganda when I stare it in the face. Sometimes I imagine what it would be like to actually be the rat who eats the fingers, all fat and proud and unbothered by cries for help, uncaring for scream and toil, a mockery of empathy. But they're not known for their empathy. Rats will simply do what rats do.
Good shit. Good shit, Joe. That's not choppy. That's a fine filleted shit. What? Yeah, you're still very bald. All right, cool. On deck is Rikov. But next I'm going to be joined by a very not bald individual. An individual with a very, very full, very luscious head of hair. It's well conditioned, well shampooed. It's Ricky. It's Ricky, guys. It's Ricky. Ricky's the one that's going to be up here with me.
How many people have seen you without a hat on?
I mean, I've seen stickers of you around town without a hat on.
My hair's attached to my hat.
What? No, it's not.
No, you haven't. No. What are we doing, Mike?
I don't know. What are we doing?
Me and Mike are going to improv a group piece.
What?
We're going to make this really quick and cute and a little dirty. Can we get one word for Mike that he will incorporate in this group piece? You heard that?
Yeah, I fucking heard it.
What is it? What is it? Let's. All right. I would like to have a word to incorporate in the piece as well. Yeah. I heard a mozzarella antelope. Is that right?
Mozzarella antelope.
I don't use words I can't spell.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't point at me first.
No, and then can we get the final word for our lovely friend Mike?
Great.
You got that?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, and myself, can I get the last word for myself? I heard Bulbasaur. All right, so those are the words. I have a mozzarella, antelope, and Bulbasaur.
Well, I have spleen and applesauce, so should I get one more? What was that? Did you say bald guy? Oh, ball gag. Oh, all right.
That's not my word. All right, and and can we get a question that is very clean? What's your favorite color? You ready, Mike?
Sure, let's do it. Let's hold hands. Cute as hell.
So I wanted to get a photo of this. Okay.
10 phones of
All right. What is your favorite color?
Mine is that of which a spleen bleeds from. Mahogany red.
My spleen is the color of my favorite time of day. When the sun becomes the most tired circle in the sky.
The circle that encapsulates all of us is not only not the color of applesauce, but a litany of other colors.
There is a box of crayons labeled 24, one for each hour that becomes a dull point. I pull out the crayon to read the color, which is the first word in mozzarella antelope, and it has the shade of an empty spleen.
Big crayon won't let me make colors like spleen red or mozzarella yellow. So they've put a ball gag on my creativity. Fuck big crayon.
Fuck a big crayon until you only have 23. Everyone laughs until your inside is the color of a spleen disappearing. There is another crayon labeled the second word I cannot remember. It is, the world says it out loud.
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
Let's give it up.
Keep your hands clapping for Rickon!
I don't know how I'm going to fall up and act like that. Goddamn, give these guys a round of applause one more time. Holy. Oh, my God. You say as I stand here with my Crayola notebook. Anyways.
It's rose art.
Yeah, sure. So I got some new shit for you guys tonight. I've been doing this thing where I'm slowly but surely trying to reconnect with a lot of my childhood personal history, going back to a lot of those spaces and just sitting there and kind of, marinating in that and all those memories. And this one came when I finally made it back to my second childhood home for the first time in like a decade. So, yeah. To the ghost in my childhood bedroom closet. I don't remember you leaving, but I'm sure glad you did. When we first placed the wooden beams of my bed into place, I remember excitement, the freedom of my own bed and a door that made it a sanctuary. I remember feeling dwarfed by the empty floor space that would later be filled with shelves, desks, toys, and books. But when the sun set and I was put to bed, I remember the creaking of old timber and the rusty hinges, the midnight void of the closet that made its way silently into my darkest dreams. I remember the pale moonlight trickling through the glass panes of a second-story window, so judicious in avoiding that corner as if it would be swallowed whole. Most children are afraid of the dark, conjuring fantasy as a means to explain a world that they are only beginning to understand. When I left, I did not take you with me. Perhaps I knew there were other specters waiting for their chance to haunt me. Perhaps I already knew that, or I already found alternate obfuscations for that which would come to haunt me in your stead. I wonder if you returned when I could not, carried on the time-honored tradition of lost sleep and sowing self-preservation, if subsequent slumbers would feel the weight of your watchful eyes. I wonder, too, if you were simply a manifestation of the transition, of that when the space truly became my own, that there was no longer a place for you to occupy amongst the clothing and old knickknacks. But what I do know is that you are still bound to that room, and that piece of my past still lingers there. Thank you.
Let me be honest.
Let's give it up for Rick. Wow. I'm really excited to bring up our feature. I'm super excited, y'all. This is a great time. You're like, damn, we've been talking up Emmanuel's Fit Heavy. If you really want to see the textures and patterns, we got some really lovely seats up front, all right? I can even rearrange it so you can be the most cozy, all right? I also want to use this time to do a big thank you to Dragonfly Cafe, our incredible venue, and of course our lovely team to help make this happen. There's folks who are doing tech, hosting and stuff behind the scenes. I want to do a big shout out to our lovely dear homie Angie out here who's helping us run our socials. Yes, a lot of things to help make this happen. Of course, y'all are here, the audience. And audience, we do have an incredible treat for you. We have our lovely feature. We have our lovely dear friend, Emmanuel Oppong-Yeboah. Let's give it up, give it up. I want to give a little introduction for this homie here. All right. We mentioned this person is fly. This person is sweet. Emmanuel is a Ghanaian American poet, editor, and educator living out the diaspora out in Boston, Massachusetts. They're Black and alive and a 90s baby. Shout out to the 90s babies here. They're a newly appointed school librarian at the Joseph Lee School in Dorchester. Mm-hmm. You know that they're a writer, but they also have an educator teaching artist bag. And that touches many lovely spaces and organizations, including the Massachusetts Literary Education and Performance Collective, the Cambridge Art Council, Northeastern University, and the Institute of Contemporary Art, Boston. Emmanuel's poetry has been rewarded and is a past recipient of the Pushcart Prize. Okay. They also help run a beautiful, is it a monthly reading? Twice a month. Oh my good. Just Be Loved open mic series at an incredible bookish bookish spot. You gotta pull up. But also in Emmanuel's free time, they enjoy hot carbs, brightly colored chapbooks alongside at the end of a good book. Y'all, I know they don't have any merch with them tonight, but you can definitely check out and purchase one of their books. You can't take Emmanuel home because I heard Emmanuel recently got one of these, all right? So congratulations, my friend. With that, let's make a beautiful round of applause and welcome our dear feature, Emmanuel!
Hi, everyone. Hello. I'm gonna set this up so I can see things. Cool. Thank you all for inviting me out. It's really dope to be here. I'm going to figure out what I read as we go, but I want to start with this poem. I'm going to set a timer first for 30 minutes because that's the time I have. Setting a timer. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to start with a cento. So a cento is a poem composed of lines that you pick up in the world. And so this is going to be a 12-line cento, and you might recognize the lines. We'll see how it goes. Cool. It's golden hour, and the rain looks glorious on the stars of my face. They tell me I'm pretty, so I must be a doll. All of this fresh meat, the shade of an empty spleen. They are alive, but don't understand the miracle. Like we're sipping up the goodbye from different straws. I use the black tip of the torch to spread out the leavings. I'm erasing myself from the narrative. I can be anything so long as I promise to eat. I have a heavy question in my throat. How do we live against such hate? The killing moon sets. Let the resting live once more. There are other specters waiting to haunt me. My name's Emmanuel. I am a lot of things, but something that I've been writing a lot into is childhood. So a lot of my poems are going to play around with that and sort of this general idea of like becoming. I'm going to start with one poem, and then I'm going to do other poems for 28 more minutes, and we'll see how it goes. Cool. This first poem is called Open. I am a child of the 90s and of immigrants. All my dreams are weighed in sand. Nothing is as it was or as I remember. Details are traded amongst hands. The worth of a memory is whatever you would not give to have it purged from your body. A muscle strain until movement itself becomes sacrosanct to you. We learn pain as reflex, numbness a gift to those undone by the labor of their own hands. When the body becomes a weapon, what dark hovel do you crawl into? I prayed myself an exit wound. I function a fire escape when all that is in me is burned to hash. I will kick the rescue hatch open, open, open.
Nice.
All right. I might just need a chair. I'm just going to use this. I have a lot of poems that I brought out. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to read in full, but I want to start next with this one, which is an in-between poem. It's a poem that's been sitting for a while, and I just came back to it, sort of on this same kick of like going back to old work and thinking about childhood. I don't know how people get into poetry, how people catch the bug. I know that for me, it started in sixth grade classroom after school. And it was the first time I heard a living poet read. It was Suheed Harman. The poem was First Writing Since, writing about the experience of like living in New York after 9/11. And it did something to me, like hearing her read. I didn't know poems could do that. And then I wrote my first poem and I performed it. And I listened to a lot of other poems. And back when I was growing up, there was this show called Deaf Poetry Jam. Have people heard of it? This poem is sort of like reminiscing on a memory of watching Kanye West on Deaf Poetry Jam. And so, that's the poem. Cool. I'm going to sing, and I can't sing, so I'm sorry. Let's play the blame game. I love you more. Let's play the blame game for sure. Kanye walks up to the mic in faded blue jeans and a white tee, Air Forces on his feet, same color as the sky, slowly peeling. Suede college jacket singing about bittersweet love on his 508s, auto-tune and greasy, thick like black pools of oil gliding on asphalt streets or the rainbow slicks they leave behind. Let's call out names, names. I hate you more. Let's call out names, names for sure. Something about simple words looped over a 2/4 beat melody like syrup, the kind you never feel rotting out your teeth. Cool. Okay. Let's do this next. This is a call and response poem. The way it works is I say something and you say something back. You got it. Except it's not something back, it's something else, which I'll tell you in a second. Okay, y'all are funny, I see. Okay, so the call and response for this poem is meaning. I'm gonna raise my hand and then I expect you to say the word meaning. Can you do that? Yes. Thank you. Let's practice. Meaning. Good job. Something happens typically in a call and response poem where the first few times y'all got me. Right? Like y'all are ride and die. And then we get to like the 10th time and y'all like, meaning. Don't do that to me, please. I'm sensitive. Okay, the poem is after another poet named Nadia Ibrayashi, and it's called You Can't Write Poetry in a Language Not Your Own. All right. You can't write poetry in a language not your own, meaning we had to work towards it. We split our tongue a forked road and walked down the trellises of it. We made ourselves into severed fruit. Our juice was what grew out of us. We had to learn English like the work of hands. We had to strain ourselves in order to countenance it. We built walls thick enough to walk through. We circled each wall 6 times and 7 times the 7th day. We learned birth pains through the mouth. This language gestated. We were princes before we came here. The royalties gutted out our mouths. We worked the weekends at McDonald's. We worked the weekdays at KFC. We brought home greasy buckets steamed with chicken. We fed our children loan. We thought this land would find us something we've been missing. We always meant to go back home. We were once flush and verdant being. We never thought of ourselves as anything more than watering hole. Always staring into the futurity of ourselves. We raised our children as appendix. We wanted something of them. We carried them into this land like the 12 tribes of Judah. Then the milk went sour and the honey burst the comb. All right, let's do these two next. Yeah, okay. No, I want to do, sorry, I changed my mind. Let's do this one next. All right, this is a contrapuntal poem. So what that means is that there's a side A, there's a side B, and then there's a C, which is the 2 sides stitched together. It's called, did I change the title of this? Yeah. At the meeting of 2 bloodlines. A. I am born of my mother and a lineage of want. I was raised from dirt. Through gentle handling, I have become what I am. Thrown against the wheel, a careful sprout opening its first mouth to the sky. My mother, the tabernacle from which I was shucked free. When planted, I sung, and the singing was enough to raise me. Yearning danced beneath my skin, everything dense was desire. Death, rot, want, the sound of petrichor. The dirt coming loose above me. Oops, I'm missing the second page. Pretend that this poem is still happening. Being a resurrected church How could I remain silent? Open to the sky, my mouth sang shrill and desperate was wanting. My mouth sang free, myself shooting above the ground, and always I sing again. I knew not language. I was a choir of bones, a black-throated sparrow bellowing through the sky. Momentum made me smooth and purposeful. My body shakes from want. In spring, I awoke, a resurrected church singing out loud from the charcoal dusting its altar. I am thus descended from open hands, the shape my forebears imprinted onto me. Their mouths bent before a river, water draining through fingers, hands raised in praise. A codex planted into the ground. About me is everything from which I am descended. I remember myself now and for the first time. Do you understand? My mouth sings each season. I remember the consequence of want again. At the meeting of two bloodlines. I am born of my mother and a lineage of want. I knew not language. I was raised from dirt. I was a choir of bones. Through gentle handling, I have become what I am, a black-throated sparrow bellowing from the sky. Thrown against the wheel, momentum made me smooth and purposeful, a careful sprout opening its first mouth to the sky. My body shaped from want, my mother the tabernacle from which I was shucked free. In spring I awoke, when planted I sang, and the singing was enough to raise me. A resurrected church singing out loud from the charcoal dusting its altar. Yearning danced beneath my skin. I am thus descended from open hands, everything dense with desire, the shape my forebears imprinted onto me. Death, rot, want, their mouths bent before a river, the sound of petrichor, water draining through fingers, the dirt coming loose above me, hands raised in praise. Being a resurrected church, a codex planted into the ground, how could I remain silent? About me is everything from which I am descended. Open to the sky, I remember myself. My mouth sang now and for the first time. Shrill and desperate was wanting. Do you understand? My mouth sang free. My mouth sings, myself shooting above the ground. Each season, I remember the consequence of want, and always I choose again. Something I've been writing about in general is harm, and sort of thinking about how it lives in us, and also what are the sites of harm that we experience or are also engaged in, and where does that live for us? Like, how does that live in our bodies? How do we make sense of it? And so, yeah, I'm going to read a couple poems that are kind of around that. I'm going to start with this one. It's called You've Done Harm Too. You've done harm too. Yes, you. Harm is so very easy to accomplish. Now, where will you hide it? Underneath the bed or perhaps beneath the carpet, where best to avoid detection or deny plausibly. Will you say, yes, it was not me, but who? Will you then blame the victim or perhaps claim victimhood? How is it you could have known? Who was it that did not tell you that all this time harm had happened? Is happening even now, harm irrepaired like a custodian's light bulb, held in hand with the intention to replace the bulb that broke. But who knew it was not the bulb that had broken, but what lay above it? And the very architectonics of language, harm and shame, nearly the same, what the body will shun away from. It was not me who spilt the milk, but who will mop the floor? Or who will clear away the body? Become custodian to grief or torment or falling, which here too is a metaphor for dying or calling harm to motion. I've harmed myself. Take the mice, for instance, whom I killed and justified killing, because they made my living uncomfortable, and because it did not hurt me to see them no longer living. Or no, it was not me. I only set the traps. It was a system of a build. Its purpose snapped, its closed teeth, a mouth, a head crushed. They stopped their nuisance. And who was it? Was it me or you? Who harmed? Cool. This is a poem. It's loosely inspired by a form called the Golden Shovel. The Golden Shovel was invented by Terrence Hayes, and the form is you take a poem by Gwendolyn Brooks, and am I getting that right? Yep. Yeah, Gwendolyn Brooks, and then you end each line with a word from the poem so that when you read the last words of each line down, it keeps the poem from Brooks intact, or the line from Brooks intact. And so this is a Golden Shovel. It's after Angel Nafis, so it's breaking away from the form in that way. And the line is, we pant with our own jokes and inherited tongues. So that's the line that goes down. Everyone got jokes. We laugh, cackle our hyena pant bellies, strain from laughter, laugh with our teeth barred, our hands clasped, dap as if to own what we have come to call jubilee. Just jokes, we say, when others move to mar our joy, and who could fault us? Boys on the bus being us in ways inherited. Fault us. Fault what was. Pull back the blood, we beckon with slapping tongues. All right. More poems. This one is called Snake Charming. Fun fact about, no, it's in the poem. Cool. Here we go, Snake Charming. It is not the music that causes the snake to dance, just the shape of the instrument and the associations made from the shape of the man playing it. The music is the backdrop for the audience, perhaps, or maybe a thing of ceremony. Snakes can't hear, but feel vibrations the music makes in the air, a palpable warning of greater threats to come. There are lesser gods, and they exist in the movements fear erupts in our skin. Men move when aroused by fear and the lull of lesser songs like nationalism. Oh, America, I have heard your bellied guffaw, the trick of your teeth made into a wall for those you mark inhuman while framing so perfectly within a smile. I have tasted your twisted logics, the lies you tell to keep yourself from waking. A siege takes place when the outside is knocking at your door and you will not hear it. For the fear lurking within your skin, everything surfaces when what you fear seems close enough. It presses against your face. You name a song, a threat, and the song begins to swallow you. Words are their own fiction. Strange language, mouth agape with venomous fangs, sutured closed in a mouth that can do nothing but smile. A snake is a rhythmic being without ever having heard the sound of music. Water moves the way a snake moves on the surface of earth, the way fear moves just below the surface of skin. Cruel actions are spun from fear and the lull of other human fictions. Cool. All right, let's do this one. I've been thinking a lot recently, sort of in the aftermath of like the assassination of Charlie Kirk and sort of like the responses to that, about just who gets to be a victim, and just like, yeah, like there are lots of ways in which our world is sort of enmeshed in violence. Like violence is very much like the founding, or I guess the concealment of violence is like the founding story of America. Yeah, there's so much violence, and what are we outraged by? Anyway, this is a poem, something action, and it's called Anyone with a Name is Someone I Could Love. And I wrote it as I was turning 30, sort of like thinking about Gaza and Palestine and all the people who have been martyred over the course of the ongoing war happening there. Just sitting with names. I kind of do believe that, like, to know someone's name is to love them, or to come closer to loving them. And so these are 18 names and sort of how they moved me. Anyone with a name is someone I could love. Fatima Mahmoud Musa Surab, age 29. I am alive and they are not. Inshira Mahmoud Ayish Shaheen, age 29. Inshira in English, I pronounce it as Inshira. It sounds like Shra in my native language. It sounds like blessing. Ayatollah Yunus Nimir Abu al-Amrain, age 29, a reflection of God. Ali Samir Abdel Majid Abu Alik, age 29, 30. I have for so long longed to be 30. I am 30 now and Ali is dead. Is Al-Din Suleiman Noman Habush, age 29. In my native language, Din is a name. Here is another Din, another name. Kamal Amin Abdel Hadi Quada, age 29. I've taught a Kamal. He was a child. 29 is not quite childhood, but Kamal was someone's child. Azmi Mahmoud Mohammed Abu Ayada, age 29. Azmi, determined, purposeful, resolute, strong. Ahmed Akran Mohammed Saddam, age 29. One of the first students I taught as a classroom teacher was named Ahmed. I loved teaching him. He was one of my first students and one of the first students through which I could see a near reflection of myself. Teaching him attended to an inner me. Tariq Saeed Muhammad Abed, age 29. Tariq, it sounds like a powerful name, and it is. Striker, visitor, bright morning star, you are gone from our sky now. All the meanings of your name are unknown to me, but at least I can hold the small measure of you in mourning. Karam Rushdie Ali Al-Kafana, age 29, generous or giving, what of ourselves do we have to offer in return? Nidali Jamal Mahmoud Mansour, age 29, I am 30 now and you may never be. I am 30 now and you are gone. Rafiq Imad Rafiq Al-Dashan, age 29. Rafiq, intimate friend. Rafiq Imad Rafiq, you are doubly friendly. You are a pillar of friendship. You are known and know. I will know you now in this small way. Abdel Kadar Saad Abdel Kadar Al-Kara. You have a name like poetry, like song. I imagine you as a steward to the earth. I imagine you as we are all called to be. Adan Saeed Muhammad Al-Haddad, age 29. I am 30 and you will never be. Any life is long, and yet I am 30 and you can never be. I am 30 and yet you are alive and I hope loved. I couldn't settle here for your life, your name. We must do better. We must. Baha Rifan Noor Tabura, age 29, goodness. Iyad Ahmed Khalil Brika, age 29. Anything that shields something is Iyad. Iyad, Iyad. What a name to give to a child. What a desperate and unyielding hope. Palestine will be free in our lifetimes. It will be, it will be. Abdel Fattah Sahir Abdel Kader Al-Kurd, age 29. It is this one that nearly breaks me. Abdel, servant. Fattah, victory giver. Sahir, blooming. Abdel Kadar, capable. It will be, it will be, it must. Omar Fatih Salim Abu Ajwa, age 29. Long-lived, flourishing, victorious, triumphant, peaceful. In our lifetimes, yes, it must be. It is. A new world is blooming. Let no one mistake it for a weed. Inshallah, God willing. This poem is titled Light, and it is written for Aaron Bushnell, who self-immolated as an act of protest to the war in Gaza. Light, being what pours out of us, being what allows us seeing, being marvelous, being the vehicle through which we traverse space, being energy, radiance, heat, being diurnal, unremarkable, mundane, being the celestial body our planet orbits, being at the center of our galaxy, being dotted all throughout space, stardust, being myself remade from remains, being hydrogen and oxygen and so much carbon, burning, always burning to self-immolation even, being amidst darkness, being impossibly constant. Some choose being light again. Cool. When I was a kid, I did a lot of silly things. One of those silly things was imagine that I could make light move. I don't know if any of you did this. Like sometimes when you're squinting at bright lights, it looks like they're moving and you might be controlling them if you're a child. This poem is titled The Way Light Curls is the Way My Past Falls Out of Me. The way light curls is the way my past falls out of me in streams and rivulets. And thin sheets of fortune pressed into sweet fried dough is the function of prayer. Pressed palms open or palms open to the universe, expectant and held out to hold, to stretch the thumb across, to traverse lifelines, to feel the grooves of, to see and say in the seeing. This means that you are descended from a people who lived miraculously, survived miraculously, and are alive miraculously through you. This means there's more to holding than to bodies born with weight, more to pressure than gravity or physics. There are universes outside of this one that exist alone in the gentle love we give one another when we do more than just living. The way light curls is the way one brings about the miracle of the mundane to a simple moment of seeing. Children know the light can be curled endlessly. Adults humble themselves and let the light fall out of them only to gasp as the light moves past themselves to overcome the last obstacle to seeing. Cool. Cool. I only have a few minutes left. That went quick. Okay, so poems. Cool. This is just a fun one. It's called Unmode. I use the word a lot, and this is a poem about that. Cool. Ode. There's something I'm trying to get out for which I can't find the language. What I'm trying to say is that there's this feeling, this thought inside of me that if I work hard enough for will reveal itself. I'm a sculptor looking at the block of stone in front of me, and I can see the lion in the stone, but no one else will unless I chisel everything that is not the lion away. Like a meditation, a votive candle, like a prelude to myself, like a blossom. I return to myself just before opening. Yes, the sound of me thinking, but also the sound of eternity. The silence I retreat to made fungible through language. You can have it. The sound, I am giving it to you to hold and to thus hold me in the distance, in the space between words, taking root in utterance, the same sound found in umbilical, in umami, umber, umbrella, and umbra. In all the etymologies, the prefix means around. I'm moving now around myself. Can you hear my thoughts circling? All right, I'm going to do two more poems This next one is, I guess they're both about plants or about grass. This one's after Ross Gay. It's called I Am Thinking Now of the Compost. I'm thinking now of the compost, which we kept at the back of the farm, that hackneyed mass of plant matter, which we let go and grow, each dead and desiccated plant dumped upon the other, till with the assiduous passage of time, a great pile was produced, not of anything alive, what some call living, but of our newly departed. To marry and foment with one another, the nitrogen green leaves and the carbon rich stalks and chips churned into a hummus, which you could not eat, but that would assiduously through time, breathed through by wind and rain, invite fungi, earthworms, other organisms which feast upon the dead bacteria that would engage in chemical processes that would generate heat. The pile inflamed would combust upon itself, give birth to volunteers, our poetic word for the green sprouts that might emerge unprovoked from seeds we did not know were there within the wreckage. And then one more poem. This last one is called Grassroots. Grass is green, is blue, is yellow and billowing in a field that runs like a marathoner, chasing after the horizon, lungs swollen full with air and still breathing. Endless and unyielding fields of grass are everywhere. Almost everywhere you could think to look, you will find grass regrowing. Even when grazed and mowed upon, its persistent roots buried underneath the ground, signaling we have always been here and will continue being, naming the myriad ways to craft a niche for one's survival, spelling endurance in a word. Listen, while the grass grew, the nations grew divided. While the grass grew, the schools closed and a virus spread amongst us. While the grass grew, nation states defined themselves by borders. Fascism went unchallenged and we quietly slipped into our old and learned and callous ways. While the grass grew, economies prioritized profits over people. Conspiracy theories proliferated amongst us and we told ourselves our old myths. While the grass grew, we let fear dance underneath our skin. The silent heads of cattle grazed above us and still the grass grew. Singing its practice song, threading its roots beneath the ground like chainmail, or a sacred oath promised between two friends, the bend of one pinky finger trellis over the other, or the bond between atoms, their electrons circling covalent rings. When I speak of grass, I mean the way my homie holds the syllables of my name in her mouth. I mean the smell of rice and beans wafting from the kitchen as the pot burns to a tender crisp. I mean my own ruby-throated survival. To know pain and joy in a single lifetime is a profound inheritance. And grass, another name for resistance, for outsmarting inherited violence, for finding strength in one's roots when everything else is mowed away. There is always still the remembrance of a seed, always still a taproot to hold on to. Cool.
Let's give it up for Emmanuel one more time. Wow, thank you. Yo, shout out. This is an incredible open mic. Thank y'all for being here. Want to do one more big shout out to Dragonfly Cafe. All the lovely homies that touched the stage tonight, and all the folks here that witnessed this. Of course, if you feel compelled, connect with any individual if they have the capacity. Yeah, this is our community that we're running and sharing a poetry with. Connect with Emmanuel if Emmanuel needs a little breather. But other than that, y'all join us every first and third Wednesday of each month. You can find more info on lowpoetry.com, Low Poetry Wheel on Instagram. We're going to be playing a little bit tunes. We're going to be cleaning up because the venue is now closed. Appreciate y'all. Be safe, be well, and right on. Thank y'all.